Hey everybody, do you want to make a D&D podcast like us or really any podcast? Well, then you got to know about Anchor. First off, my favorite part, it's very free. It's the most free. It costs no dollars. That's sick. Second part, you can start monetizing with their monetization tools immediately with no minimum listenership. Also very sick. You can now, this is new, you can take any song from Spotify and add it directly into your episodes. And let me tell you, that's freaking sick nasty. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
Last time on Lawful Stupid. And you've heard their voice say that you're going to be tested. I want you to prove you're worthy. And these wolves, these shadowy wolves, have appeared at the edge of this large forested area in front of you. You start seeing some of this moisture come out of the trees and even some out of the rocks more slowly as it kind of just sits in the air. And then you see it start to sizzle and turn into steam. And then these shadows yelp out and they all dissipate.
Oh, shit.
And the voice says, "Test 1 complete."
Oh, shit.
And you feel the earth begin to shake beneath your feet. Something huge is moving the trees. You see this creature. It's bipedal. It looks like even just a giant tree put together. These glowing green eyes and vines kind of make up the rest of its body, but its legs are made of like a stone. And in so much slow motion, you see wood splinters coming at you. He spits this out, and once he does this, he kind of surveys the field. Miss B was like spinning this thing at a rapid pace somehow to like deflect these splinters that came at her. But he looks over at the burned one, who is littered with these things, and it tilts its head, and he says, "I think you have proven yourself." And so we have this huge creature, literally, in D&D terms. This wooded creature with this wooden armor. Its feet are made of it looks like are carved straight from stone, the transition there. And it has crushed a miniature version of itself, almost like a salve, and placed it on the burning spots of the trees. It has these burn marks raked up across its chest and on its own mask. It had just breathed several wooden chips out at you guys, and most of those, actually all of them that was going to take a hit the burned one, and Miss B and Few managed to block all of those. And we have William, who is on the neck of this creature, and he says that you've been found worthy as he stands to his full height.
Did you just spray a forest worth of splinters at them and then say, "Nah, we good"? Is that just what happened?
I need to know who's strong enough alongside good enough to enter.
Into what?
Well, that's us, so we'll just...
Yeah.
To enter Mapelli.
How does that get a judgment of character by us fighting shadow wolves and motions? She motions to entire tree. Dude.
One of the greatest character strengths you can take in an online test is strength of character. Do you agree?
So was that like the last test, or
Some more.
To be determined. And he tries to slink down.
okay,
To darkness. No, he says,
all right.
during our fight, and the time that several of you were climbing on my back, I was able to assess your desires for here.
Tree empath, understood.
And I found no malice.
That's accurate.
Anger, perhaps.
You did a really good job.
I did not say you were not flawed.
No, I'm not. I'm agreeing with you. So...
But what brings you to Mapelli?
Do you really want to know the answer to that question?
And it's almost like this booming voice in your head and around you. Speak truth.
We seek a dragon scale.
You see him look up to the sky.
Okay.
And his shoulders go up, like almost like he's breathing in. It is close.
Since we're like super cool, no malice bros, could you like point us in the right direction?
You.
Oh, you got this?
Bro.
You got this, BO?
No. He says, you must go to the village first to gain access to the caves.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll see you later.
Perhaps. I have some work to do to repair your damages. And he's going to grab William off and just set him gently onto the ground, or at least attempt.
Rude.
I think brute force just happened to be the smarter option this time.
And fire.
I don't care for either, my guy.
Well,
No, that burn suits your mask pretty well.
but it doesn't feel good. And he puts one of those giant vines into the ground again. And you see some of those like the white specks, like magical energy coming back up, and it covers those spots on his mask and across his armor again. And then even one on the arm that he had cut off, it begins to form up and creates another vine arm.
No, it never feels good.
Yeah, okay. Well, Miss B's gonna dust herself off, stick her daggers away, call forth Summer, and look at the burned one. I was like, well, lead the way if we're done with whatever this is.
The Guardian. And he looks at you and he kind of cocks his head one way and then the other, and then he squats down like on his knees with like his elbows on his knees and gets down to your level and kind of like breathes in deeply again. So I will. And then stands back up, and then he says, anything else you need? Kind of to all of you. He's asking to all of you.
William looks to the burned one. Did we just fight your dad?
Let's go.
That's not a no.
Oh, must be his father.
You hear... Actually, everyone roll a perception check for me, please.
He's holding a mug. It says "World's Best Tree Dad."
World's number 2 tree dad.
He's got this backpack on that has a spot for 4 people to sit in, and he's going to just carry you all.
14.
11.
He's got a heart tattoo on his shoulder that just says "Win."
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's so good. And then, Fume, what do you have? What did you get in the perception?
I don't care.
Okay. The only one who hears it is William. You hear this this screech, and I would say it makes you like put your hand over your ears, and the wooded guardian suddenly goes rigid, and he turns off to the distance. You see very far away, barely enough, like birds flying out of a distance, and he just jets off, stomping away toward that.
Have fun storming the castle.
Hope you find your dad.
Bye, Daddy.
So I'm just gonna head, and I'm just gonna shadow step up into the trees.
Yeah, you travel for it seems like a long time. It seems like this forest never ends. And I think you travel through the day, and it becomes nighttime, and you want to set up camp.
Yeah, I mean, if it's nighttime, we don't want to travel in the dark.
Yeah. Okay, and per usual, I guess I don't know who is where we're setting up kind of camps or how you want to set up like any defenses or anything like that. What you got going on?
Grab some firewood and say, anyone got a light?
Aren't you made of fire?
Aren't you made of meat?
I'm gonna take a step back.
Weird. I've never been with a tree before.
Splinters. Yeah, don't do yourself a favor.
I won't be anytime soon.
Yeah, just gonna set up camp. That's weird.
Yeah, I think you guys set up camp. You hear sounds perhaps you haven't heard from creatures you've never seen in these woods, and you sit around that night at the campfire.
So, this scale, which are you looking for?
Starting to what?
Just it's a group in general.
Oh, scale. I thought you said. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
That's good. You're working off of a thick accent. I love it.
We don't really know. I don't think.
The dark one.
Is it that? Do we know that?
It should be the black
Yeah.
scale.
Believe it to be, yeah. Last
Yeah.
year,
Okay.
you know.
It's a shame it wasn't the green one. That was at the town back there.
But
No,
the
it's
green
too late,
scales.
don't worry.
I don't even think that's a color, my dude. Just like in general, I don't think that's a color.
No, you're right.
William, green is a color. It's one of them for sure. It's what you get when you mix blue and yellow.
I don't know.
Like that's a fact.
That's some color theory.
Listen, if you try to explain what green is to me, I don't know that it's going to work.
For sure, but it is a thing. I just want you to be aware.
I mean, no, that's. I don't know. I'm not sure that it's.
I don't know if there's a green scale.
I'm
But
skeptical
I do know
of both.
there's. I mean, I've seen like leaves and shit, and I'm pretty sure.
We're in a forest. Giant fucking forest.
I'm pretty sure I've seen
Well, I was just looking at the campfire. I don't know if green exists, man.
One time, a jolly frog sang me a song about it.
Surely there's at least one green thing in the world.
I don't know. I've got a tankard that never goes empty on alcohol. Green doesn't exist.
I mean, with the way that Will's been encouraging the ladies, it could be Will's dick.
Oh. Well,
This just turned into the Hot Springs episode.
I mean,
We're
one
not even
Will's
somewhere
dick in a
fun,
hot
it's just a
spring.
campfire.
Yeah,
One
baby.
Will's
That's all
dick.
you need.
Will's dick.
I'm just
One
saying,
wiener.
I could make a shadow for you to teleport out of.
well, I know why my nickname's Tree Trunk.
No.
No.
Weird. Respect my space.
I feel like because they both said no, I don't want to know.
I'm gonna spend 2 key points to cast darkness on myself. I just
Wait.
don't want to be. I just don't want to be perceived right now.
How long does that last?
An hour.
Forever.
Just, no, I think
An hour ends of William just like directly next to you, just staring into the darkness. And then it dissipates. Weird.
I'm cool with it.
Cool.
I don't
Well,
think it even lasts an
I
hour.
stared back into
After
the void,
a minute.
and then
after that
Boom
awkward
showed up.
conversation, everyone kind of just goes to their own like portion around this campfire. I think still with probably in a safe quote unquote radius. But
Sure.
do you pull a watch at all?
Yeah.
The burned one doesn't need to sleep, so...
Okay, who pulls first watch?
Bee'll go first.
Alright, can you roll a perception check for me?
Yeah, I can. An 11.
Okay, yeah, you see it sitting in the tree. You're sitting there. The forest is pretty quiet at this point. Maybe the howl or two of a wolf, the hoot of an owl. Fire's crackling as it begins to squander a little bit, but you hear the like tinking of clanking of metal as you look up and you see a metallic spider kind of resting on a branch, kind of just peering in your general direction. And the spider like takes its front hand and kind of does like a wave motion to you. And then like almost like lays like down on the branch.
Riz, that's real creepy.
And then it like instead of looking at you as it lays there, it turns away a little bit and then sets back down. And that's all you see. And so then I imagine you know it's there. And then who's on next watch?
Oh, okay,
Okay,
sure.
that's fine.
Fuck it.
We'll say William. Roll a perception check for me.
She'll tell William about the spider, too.
Okay. Okay, well then if that's the case, then you know it's there. I don't know if there's anything like one-liner you want to toss to it. So just know this is Riz. He can receive this information, but he can't do a whole lot to give you information.
How close is it? It's pretty far away.
It's up in a tree, probably 20 feet high.
Can I go retrieve it?
You could probably, call out to it and see if it'll come.
Can I go physically retrieve it?
Yeah, you can climb the tree.
Sure.
Just do some climbing, boy. I mean, yeah, you climb up. You climb up and you're on the branch.
I just want to take this mechanical spider and then I want to pick it up and give it kissy face and then I want to walk it down
Okay.
and then I want to sit it in Lucian's tent. Or right on Lucian, or Fume's sleeping bag. One of the two. Are you in a tent?
No.
Yeah, okay. So I just sit it on top of his sleeping bag, so it's just staring at Fume's face. It's a better view. And then I just sit back and resume my watch.
All right, and then I think it's about that time, so you kind of throw some pebbles or something to make him like wake up, so he can see this thing in his face.
Boom!
And I don't know if you're scared of spiders or what the thing. I don't know if you're
I think Fume just like lifts his head up, looks at the spider. Hi, Riz.
and it does like the little with its front leg, and then it crawls down underneath and drops to the ground and kind of scurries over to the darker part of this circle and kind of just hangs out in that radius. And then I think it's coming up. The sun comes up. It's a new day, and we step off.
Hello, it's me, William. I had a little trip through the fortune-telling war, and let me tell you what I saw. It was amazing. I saw this powerful game of strategy, unique abilities, and dice. They call it Marvel Dice Throne. You choose a champion, much like myself, except I'm not an option this time. Once you choose your champion, you face off in a battle of wit and skill using dice, cards, and special abilities to conquer your foes and ascend the Dice Throne. I'm told to tell you you can buy Marvel Dice Throne today, and there's something called a link in the show notes, whatever that is. But you can use that link today to go buy your copy of Marvel Dice Throne.
About an hour into this trip, you stumble upon also another fire that looks like it was recently had. But it seems to be pretty clean. There's nothing left that you can see discernible. There are footprints but the fire has been successfully put out, so it's not going to come back to life. And the only other thing you see are footprints leading to straight ahead, the path that you were traveling in.
Very easy to ascertain then.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how many people are ahead of us? Do we know how many people these tracks
roll
are?
investigation.
Right.
Anybody
Pretty
who
good
would have
at
come
those.
through here, wouldn't they have to have proven themselves worthy too?
It's a 3.
You know there's at least one.
There's at least one guy ahead of us.
One guy was able to take out all those shadow dogs and that tree guardian by himself.
I said at least one.
I'm just saying, like, that's somebody who's pretty formidable is all I'm saying.
I would like to
Maybe. They
investigate.
didn't cover their tracks though.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe
Roll
they're
investigation.
so
for me.
strong they don't feel like they need to.
That's a good point.
That's a nat 20
Wow. Okay.
for 27.
You're able to tell that there were 3 individuals. One weighed 110 pounds, one weighed 225 pounds, and one weighed about $1.50.
Do any of them have spurs on their boots?
They do not.
Jingle, jingle,
Okay.
jingle.
Just checking.
I like to
Wait.
investigate the fire to see how long ago it was active.
Okay.
I mean, can't you just ask it? Aren't you bros with fire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to the fire.
With that, you are able to tell it was about a half a day. It's been about a half a day since it's been put out.
People these days are so irresponsible, putting out their fires.
I knew a bear once talked about that.
If you were to continue following, I don't know if you want to look at anything else,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
following
sure.
these footprints, you see that they begin to veer off to the left,
Off the path?
whereas you would normally keep going straight to go deeper into this forest. They veer left.
But the path is going to Mapelli, right?
The footprints are not. They do
But
not
the
appear to be
path.
going. The path.
Like
yes.
the road.
Yes.
Okay. Do we care about the footprints?
Well, they probably had a reason for veering off the path. You think maybe they know something we don't?
Can't ask them.
They could go sightseeing.
Have you been this path before, Burnt One?
You are the guide.
There's not many places in these woods I haven't been.
Okay, is there anything interesting that way?
What's that way? What's that way?
Damn it.
Okay.
Got him.
By
More
George is
trees.
right.
Forest guys, come on.
Yeah, but there's not like some hidden alcove with beautiful springs and magical properties, or like a hidden temple. Or
Let me think real quick. Hey, Devin. What's over there?
There's a waterfall.
oh, it's beautiful.
There's a waterfall.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to darkness style cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Gives me a plus 10 to any stealth
Pretty
roll
good.
that I make.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take... I'm going to stealth... you guys go ahead, follow the path, and I'm going to take a look and see what I can see. I'm very, very sneaky. And I'll come back if there's... I'll catch you up if there's something there, if there's nothing.
I can go with you. I'm pretty sneaky. And he coughs out some ashes.
No,
You literally create fires everywhere you go. I would prefer it if you just went on the path made of dirt
Yeah.
and not anywhere else.
All right.
Suit yourself.
Set
That's
yourself. Yeah.
So yourself.
Good.
So I'm very fast.
Okay.
My-
I think it's like Naruto style, trees
Yeah.
blurring as you step through. Perception, you're on high alert now for this, whatever it might be. You're able to see kind of where they broke limbs or twigs and follow this trail very quickly. I think you stop. When you stop, it's silence. I mean, even the sound of birds should be heard.
I didn't see any snow.
The sound of crickets. Something, but here it's silent. You look down, and you see 3 figures, bloody, and blood strewn about, kind of in this foliaged area. There's not like a set trail here. And their goods are strewn about. There's papers kind of everywhere around them. Welcome package just obliterated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you see from you're in the tree.
Lucian's going to take his index finger and his thumb and just rub them very softly next to his ear to see if he can hear that very faint noise or if he might be under the effect of some magical silence.
Nothing.
Hmm. And then scanning, I don't see any movement. I don't see anything that looks like it could
roll a perception check for me.
Perception. 18.
With an 18, you notice that there are arrows sticking out of the back of all of these downed figures. And there is just probably 10 feet in front of them a small piece of like wire that kind of glints in the sunlight as it breaks through the trees down to the floor from one tree to another.
I'm going to, still in my ultimate stealth mode, do like a quick circle around the area where this is at. So like if anybody was like to set up an ambush, I'm going to try to see if I can circle that, but just doing a quick perimeter.
Yeah, and I think as you do, there are certain times that you must break out of this silent perimeter and you hear birds again. And then again, as you come back into certain spots, it disappears back into silence.
Sure. But I don't see anybody like hiding in the bushes.
No.
Okay. So then I will come down from the tree, still very stealthily, very careful, and I will come down to noting where the wire is and scanning to see if I see anything else, catching the light in that way, try to make my way closer to like get eyes on and investigate, maybe see some of these papers.
Yeah, roll an investigation.
Yep. That is a 10.
Okay, that's easy enough. So you pick up these papers. Some of the writing there is pretty messy. Some of it is in a different language. But you were able to dig through some of these files, and you see that there's some information here about a powerful magical relic. At the top of this paper, you see the logo of the KNG. And whoever had these papers, and as you go through them, you see it. It's a picture of you, and then above that it says missing in action. And as you continue to scan through, you see William missing in action. And as you keep going through, there it is, the last one, Miss B, missing in action. And so it seems like these individuals, I think if you roll them over, you realize they have the KNG logo in different spots in their clothing, wherever they've chosen to put it.
Different ranks.
Yes, and they have the low rank of just the one Roman numeral for lowest rank.
Yeah. I'm going to pat them down, looking for anything else of either value or interest. And once I've given it a good look over and I can see that there's nothing more to be found, I will take anything that I found as well as the papers. And there's no way for me to determine the source of this, what's causing this magical silence?
No, not at this vantage. I will tell you, you find, let's say 10 gold. You find one of the train tickets that you know that would get you back to K&G. You find, I mean, they have some pretty basic weapons on them, so I don't know if there's any particular. So one has like a sword, one has a bow itself.
I mean, we got to take a little tour through a magical armory and got legendary artifacts when we were level 1 initiates.
True that, and then so they have a bazooka. They have,
Ooh.
Sure. Sure. You know, I got a bazooka.
A bazooka. Got it.
A bazooka.
A fat boy.
So yeah, we'll say. No, I'm sick. Yeah, I have to stick to my guns for that reason. So just pretty common weapons, actually.
Okay. So after giving it the once over, not being able to tell where the science is coming from, and getting all the paperwork that they have, I will skedaddle. Kind of just head back out the way that I came, and try to quickly catch up to the group.
Okay, and sure enough, just as quickly as you got there, you quickly head back, and you're able to meet up with the crew.
They just look around, and I'm there. Just like, what's up?
Oh, hey.
Fair enough.
It's weird.
They were K&G. And they were...
Oh, those people?
And I take out the
Keyword
the
being
MI
word.
posters, and I hand them... Yeah, keyword operative word here. I hand them each their own wanted poster, and I go, they might have been... or not wanted, MIA poster, whatever. Dossier.
Yeah, they say killed in action, right? Like that we're dead?
MIA.
Missing.
Oh, missing? They didn't get to my good
Oh,
side.
and a train ticket as well. I don't know if we'll need it, but...
Yeah, I've got a use for one of those.
Where did you... Where did you say you saw this at?
Just down the ways a little bit when I followed those footprints over by the waterfall.
Just around the river bend.
They were ambushed arrows, it looks like. There was some sort of magical silence surrounding them in a way that I couldn't figure out what was causing it, but you couldn't hear anything.
And you're sure it was silence?
I checked. And
Perhaps.
I'm familiar with the art.
Perhaps an artifact, if they're K&G agents.
Possible, but I looked all over and I didn't see anything that looked even remotely similar to an artifact.
Concerned that they're searching for us here. Why would they know we're here?
My best guess is they were transporting an artifact and they were ambushed. And whatever the artifact is, it caused a lasting impression on that area. But the artifact was absconded with by whoever took it. They did set it looked to be a trap, so a tripwire while I was there. So they wanted whoever came to investigate to feel the pain of that. So
Burt one's gonna measure the sun with his hand. It would be best if we didn't dilly-dally.
I would like to look over the paperwork and see if there's anything else. Like, was it a mission for an object over here? Were they actually looking for us? Kind of thing.
Sounds like it's our dossier. Yeah. Do they have orders in those papers, or is it just our one?
Yeah, roll an investigation for me.
Yeah, sure.
What does it say
24.
about my talents?
I think so. Some of the details you skim over here, it was they were to travel to Mapelli. They were to seek out a dragon scale. They were to return it promptly via one of the safe houses on a train back to the K&G. And they were to also search for you three in the proximity because you were last seen somewhere in the area.
I don't like that last part.
Well, they knew we were going that direction. Yeah, she would relay
but
that.
this is last scene.
The question is, did they succeed? Did they get the scale and it was robbed from them? Somebody else has it now, or is it still where it was?
Hey, Devin. Thinking about on their campsite, was it going... It looked like they were going towards Mapelli, right? Not coming out
No,
from...
they were kind of... If you were heading toward it, it's almost like they were heading parallel, kind of to where...
No, but they were
Do we know of any
originally before they
K&G safe
turned
houses in
left.
that direction?
Before they turned left, they were... Yes, we're heading toward Mapelli.
Yeah, so it's safe to assume they don't have it.
Do we know, like, do we have an idea of where K&G safe houses in the area would be? Is there one in that direction?
I think you guys...
Is there one behind the
roll a
waterfall?
history
Did I
check
not
for
check
me.
behind the waterfall? I should have checked behind the waterfall.
Roll a history check for me.
There's always something behind them waterfalls. We'll roll a 5 for Fume. Strong start.
14 for B.
Real good at intelligence. Let's see. 12.
Yeah, so I'll say you two, and then as a group, obviously would know that yes, in fact, there is one that is located inside the waterfall. Or it's in the area. You haven't been there before, but like on the maps you had studied, it's in that area. In Mapelli, that's where that one is.
So if they were heading towards the waterfall, that means they have the scale. They wouldn't go to the safe house until they completed their objective. Which means whoever killed them has it now.
Should we go check the safe house to see if anybody's there waiting on a train?
Yeah, I think we have to go back there one way or the other, because we have to find out where they went from there.
Perfect. Okay, we double back and head to the waterfall. I follow your lead.
Once we get, and I'll signal to them.
Sorry,
a
I
couple
walk
things.
normally behind you in some way. You're gonna be jumping to the trees and shit. I ain't trying to do that.
No, dude, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna
Okay.
walk on the ground, and just like show the kind of the path and like where I roughly think the silence field will begin. And before we get in there, I'm gonna might have to angle around, but I'm gonna point out the trap to them because I haven't done anything to disarm it, and I don't want anybody to trigger it.
I'd like to go disarm it.
Say it again.
I would like to
Miss
go
B
disarm
wants-
it.
The trap.
Oh
the
yeah,
trip
yeah,
wire.
okay. What's that? That's a side
tool check.
Yeah, you have thieves tool.
Yeah, I have these tools. I'm a
Perfect.
rogue.
Do
Yeah,
it.
Lucian's going around sneaking things.
Maybe you're like, hey, this entire campaign, I'm not having to get rid of a trap. Let me do your thing.
I can't pick a lock either, so
Yeah, I get to roll with proficiency, right?
Mm-hmm.
you do.
Okay. D20.
It's
where-
a D20 plus Dex plus proficiency.
Okay. That would be a 17.
You are able to follow this line from tree to tree as it wraps around another tree. And you see that it goes up in the tree and then covered by some leaves pretty well. There's like these 2 or 3 giant logs that are prepared with pointed edge to swing down to someone passing through. And as you simply disarm, it does not fire the mechanism.
I imagine I'm in this weird, deathly silent area as I
Yes.
disarm it.
Yep, and so you still have the 3 bodies that are laying there with arrows, and there are some more papers laying around and maybe some other items that Fume didn't pick up.
Cool.
Can I take a look at these arrows?
Yeah, if you roll an investigation for me.
I'll send Summer
Sure,
over
sure, sure.
to where the party was just so they know it's disarmed, because I sure as hell can't talk and tell them.
No,
14.
it's there.
You pull out an arrow, and it's made completely of metal. like straight metal. And on the tip of it, there is this small blue dot that is glowing.
Does this look familiar to me? Like, have I seen this from any, like, government that I've worked with?
You know what? Roll a history check for me.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. Not that I'm good at those, but at least it's a shot. Oh, 15.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all.
You have seen this, and
Ooh.
you're pulling in your mind, where have I seen this before? What's the importance of this thing? And in your head, it pops this time when you had to be in a secret meeting. And so what you did is you placed these beacons almost like in a donut shape around you so that you could speak with this political figure one-on-one, and no matter what you said,
Oh, it's a
it
cone
could
of
be
silence.
heard outside of this cone. So it's almost like you could speak in the donut hole, but the rest of it was completely blocked from anyone else being able to hear.
Oh, but
And that
this is inverted.
Yeah. So the beacon, like its range is what's producing this silence bubble currently.
Alright, so I'm going to pull out a couple of these arrows.
Yep, and they all have this blue tip on them.
Okay.
This black.
How many
this,
do I
like,
get? I'm just
light.
going to stash them in my inventory.
There are only 3, one in each body.
Oh, precision. Okay.
Just the tip.
Okay. How would I triangulate that? I guess I wouldn't. Okay.
Fume's gonna look at Will and tap his head.
Oh yeah, I mentally talked to him.
Hey, bud.
Hey.
Hey, what you got there?
These 3 metal arrows have these blue tips on it, and for the life of me, I can't remember where I saw this, but I do know the same type of technology can be used to make cones of silence, essentially, where you set up a bunch of these beacons and it makes a cone where everything we say inside is good, everything outside is like, can't hear us. This is inverted, so there's got to be like a generator somewhere in the center. So if we know where the edges are, we could probably figure out where.
It's just radiating from the arrow, right? That's how I understood it. It was just like a 20-foot circle of silence around the arrow or whatever.
Oh, I thought you were just relating the technology to me.
Yeah. So the technology, when you've had it in your past,
Yeah,
I did
it's
not
set
catch
up in a
that.
donut with the radius. So the radius would be where you need it to be, so you could step into the.
but it's
metal.
not necessarily like the same technology could be used just to create a field.
Can I
Shot in
like
the
twist the tip and see if it like deactivates?
You can absolutely twist the tip anytime you want.
Yeah. Okay.
shot in the dark. Is this weaponry that was commonly used by Zaylants?
If it was, I would have picked that up immediately.
No,
that's
Or,
what
these-
or is it commonly used by any organization?
No,
or
but you do know
military that I
these are very like high end arrows. This material
they're
is just
expensive.
they're not
so
Zalentian and they're not from Taggart because William would
Well,
be like
silence isn't a place here. So
Zalentian.
So- Sorry, that's my
because
fault.
William would be familiar with both of those, unless they're just like elite way up there.
Yeah.
Man. All right.
I'd like to go.
do you
check-
twist
I guess.
the tip of the arrow?
Yeah, of course. Does it stop the silence?
When you twist that off, that blue light stops flashing. You still can't
Does it stop?
hear each other.
Okay.
because there's two more. But can you twist it to make it turn back on?
Yeah,
Yes.
If I twist
When you
it,
do
it'll
that,
turn-
yes,
Okay,
the light-
I turn all 3 off.
And now you hear the birds, and you hear the leaves crunching beneath the feet of someone,
Sweet.
because none of you are walking. And if you all can roll a perception check for me.
Yeah.
He doesn't do this, but it'd be funny. William, here's the silence.
That's a
Turn
dirty
it off.
20.
Turn it off.
23.
That one. Yeah.
Well, I think you all hear the crunching behind you because this whole time maybe you've been zoned in on these arrows and kind of what's been going on and focused into this one area. And so you undo the last arrow, and you're all kind of watching William do this. And as he pulls that last magical silence from the arrow, that's when you hear the crunching of the leaves. And you turn, and a figure says to you, "Well,
It's
been a long time. It's good to see you all." And there before you is Breeze.
Wait, remind me, does Breeze have a gun? He has a gun, right? He doesn't use
He's
a
a
bow?
big sniper rifle.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's a big sniper rifle. All right.
So tell me what happened here.
Well, I think you would know more than us.
I don't know if that's true, partner.
All I know is these were K&G agents. They were killed with arrows that were meant to silence them immediately. So who were they afraid they were going to call out to help for? Who were they going to call out to help for? Who was going to do that? Why would they be afraid if they didn't have allies nearby? Junior members, maybe escorted by a senior member that they were actually afraid of? Didn't want you to hear.
What are you implying there, bud?
All I'm implying is that it sounds to me pretty likely that you're a part of this mission.
I stumble upon 3, and he looks over at the burned one, and perhaps rogue agents, not checking in, presumed dead, missing at best, next to 3 dead bodies that they mean to keep quiet. See how this could easily be you or I, which makes me think I don't think it's you. But can I convince you that it ain't me?
No, I don't think it's you. Were you or were you not? Thanks, Brendan. Were you or were you not a part? Were you not a part of this mission?
I'm not a part of this mission.
That's what you're doing in the neighborhood, right?
I've been looking for you all.
Oh yeah? They send you to bring us back?
No. And so what he will do is he will lean down to one of the folders that's there, and he'll flip through some pages, and he'll hand you one.
Breeze, am I?
And as you see, it says Breeze, missing in action. And that's where we'll end the episode.
So, I was really tempted when he was just like, suspected us, just to be like, okay, cool, click. I don't like where this conversation's going.
You hit the click, you hit the click, I hit darkness in perfect unison, so it's just like, son of darkness, scatter!
Run.
He can't hear. Throw dirt in his face and then run away, and he doesn't know where we're going. Everybody, thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope that I'm name dropping my NPCs in good ways that you can appreciate. So I will pass it over to the crew to talk about all the things we have going on in the life of Lawful Stupid.
Here's the thing about the life of Lawful Stupid. It is very expensive. It's an expensive life. So give us some money, go to our store, and buy some stuff. You give us money, we give you stuff. Pretty good deal.
I like it. It's good.
So it works.
Also, join our Patreon, man. It's cool over there. You give us like $1, and then we give you like hours of content and like cool, never before seen one shots and collaborations with other people. And Uncle Chainsaw's Tabletop Workshop in there. Like, it's pretty sick nasty, and it costs $1. Like, what are you gonna do with that $1?
It's true.
Yeah.
The coolest people do the $50 tier, and they come and hang out with us. But
You can also hang out with
We ain't
us
got
on
it,
the Discord too. Go to discord.lawfulstupid.org. Super easy to get here. Doesn't matter where you are in the episodes. You could be in C1, but you wouldn't hear this from here because this is C3.
if you're hearing this, you are in C3. That's
Yeah.
If you're hearing this, go into the Discord also, and I will give you a dad joke.
If you're watching these podcast episodes, explain. Tell me what you're doing. I'm interested.
Are we on YouTube?
I can
We've just
hear
been looking at a
them.
screen.
I can hear colors and smell
Screenshot.
sounds.
Yep.
Don't tell me green this.
They printed out our.
Tell me what the color of 7 smells like.
They printed out all of our pictures from the Lawful Stupid website, and they just put them on popsicle sticks. And when we talk, they make us go.
We were going to do that. In fact, I think Devin did it at one point.
I did
Devin
actually
did
do one with
Yeah.
Atlas. I don't remember what Atlas
Yep.
is.
I mean, you just—that's how you do it. You just take your little
light a
paper
popsicle
guy
stick
and
on fire.
They're limited
Yeah.
time only popsicles.
Yeah.
They'll last
One
long,
use.
but work.
Also
Hey,
last.
let me just say we're gonna do the Roll for Humanity real quick. So one of the things we Roll for Humanity is a charitable thing that we do, give back to the community, and so we're gonna do it for the Davis House Advocacy. Oh Jesus! I suggested them and can't remember their full name.
Center.
It is Davis House Child Advocacy Center, and so what they do is in Middle Tennessee they take care of interviewing children and getting the help they need, or helping the law enforcement in a way to either get them out of these bad situations or bring people to justice. And they're very instrumental, and what they do is a very, very, very thankless job. And so our dollars headed to their doors, ideally. And so I'm going to give it a roll. 9 is the number. 9. It's objectively better than last time. By a factor
of 3.
Yeah.
3, yeah. So that's $9 going to David's house. So
Yay.
great cause. What'd you roll? Nerd?
Tall
Go
chainsaw.
to Twitter and do hashtag Lawful Stupid, hashtag Roll for Humanity.
Don't do hashtag Lawful Stupid. Do hashtag StupidCast or hashtag Roll for Humanity.
Do those and then call Shane a nerd. There's nothing better than
I mean,
taunting him.
honestly, I would love to hear anything other than just the endless void of silence. Please.
Gotta twist off that tip, ladies and gentlemen.
Gotta twist the tip.
Yeah.
Tip. Hashtag twist the tip.
I mean,
Hashtag in the silence. Hashtag twist the
it
tip.
doesn't make it blue anymore, dudes.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hey, you're the
something
one that
for
made
it,
it a blue light.
I can be brown. I can be blue. I can be violet.
It could be hurtful. It could be purple. It could be anything you'd like.
I'll give you it.
Wow. That got weird quick.
I want to do that now
Hey,
with us.
new story.
I told you. That's no, don't talk about it on air.
Don't quit stealing his ideas.
No, I mean it's a joint venture. It's a joint venture.
Are we ready for the good news, though?
He's gonna do his cock and ball torture OnlyFans. That's his idea.
Inventor of hand-cranked washing machine is distributing the low-cost device to refugees. I say again, inventor of hand-cranked washing machine is distributing the low-cost device to refugees. On to you, A-Bomb.
Yeah, what he's doing with this is boosting his popularity. That way, when he sells it to not refugees, he can charge a arm for it.
Literally, in that culture, they will pay an arm for it.
Yeah, literally.
Profiteering. I hate it.
I don't know what to tell you. These are not simple hand cranked washing machines. There's a little bit more to this. If you're not following the vibes of this, I don't have an example of what the sizing of these hand crank washing machines are, but they're really just tiny cheese like shredders, right? That's all he's done, and then he's hooked up like a fucking hose spigot to it, so you can push water through this tiny. You can put half a shirt in there, maybe a pair of boxers, right? That's why they're tiny hand cranks. Like, this guy just went onto Amazon and bought these cheese shredders that you can get, and now you're just pushing fucking loincloths through it and washing them. That's it.
Won't
And
your
now he's
clothes
just raking
become
in the
holy?
sweet non-profit dollars. He's just getting all the tax credits. He don't give a shit about these refugees.
They're eating it up.
Now, Shane, tell me why I'm stupid.
I would never. You were trying to follow one of the Truth Seeker principles, but you can read about in my book, Truth Seekers, which is always follow the money.
What's the subtitle of that again?
It's just called Truth Seekers.
Oh, I thought you did like Wake Up Sheep or no.
Oh, well, there was a spin-off book. It was called Truth Seekers, Seekers of Truth. Like Knights of the Night Guard, Truth Seekers, Seekers of Truth. So... I'm not even going to tell you guys this one. I don't even need to. I'm going to let Devin do it. I'm going to walk you through it, and let's see if we come to the same conclusion.
Okay.
And know that you already have all the information that you need if you pay attention to my previous
I've read
TED Talks.
all of your books.
Okay, perfect.
Manifestos. Let's be real.
What is the primary benefit of a hand-cranked washing machine?
Well, I mean, if you're talking outcomes, it's clean clothes.
What's the primary benefit of that as opposed to, say, an electric one?
Oh, I don't use up the
Devin.
electricity.
Get in front of your mic, man. It sounds really bad.
Hello? How about now?
There we go.
Yeah, you drifted a little bit.
Yeah,
I
you
don't-
dripped
I don't-
in over it.
I don't use the electricity.
Like this.
It doesn't use electricity. That's exactly right. It doesn't use electricity. That's the primary benefit. Who do you think would need a lot of power and would want it to be conserved in the community so they can use it for their abilities?
Hold on a second. There's only like 3 people who would be interested. One of them is
Yeah.
selfish, though. So I don't think it's him. And he only wants himself to live.
Right.
I think that it is probably Musk.
Elon Musk needs the power to reanimate the dead. We've already talked about this, man.
Okay.
The writing is on the wall.
So
the only thing I have to say is to make sure you wash your wool in cold water only, sheeple.
oh, so you're saying these Afghan refugees are powering?
They would put so you need a lot of power.
Yeah.
Because you're reanimating the dead Frankenstein style daily, constantly, frankly. You're doing that. It's a huge draw on the grid. You're already at capacity. You can't have any refugees come in here and use any more power on that grid. It will fail. So how do you encourage them to not use power?
Hand-cranked washing machines. Keyword machines.
Again, I didn't have to even say anything. This is all Devin.
Wake
He's
up,
just using
sheeple.
He's using common sense. He's following the money. He's following all of the 10 truth-seeking steps that you can find all about in my book, Truth Seekers, Seekers of Truth, New York Times bestseller on the shelves now.
Well,
The secret New York Times bestseller, not the public normie one, the real one, the underground, the new New York
New.
bestsellers.
that was my favorite one. I like this trend now that Elon Musk
I'm
has
tying
going
them together.
on.
I'm weaving together a larger fiction.
The multiverse of our end credits.
It's
Also,
like all the Stephen King books are just Maine, right?
it's true. I didn't do it last time, so I want to apologize first. Sin, thank you for being on. He's one of our $50 patrons and is obviously getting some episodes with us. So I didn't know if you had any special places people can find you, social medias. I think maybe we did. I think you have a Twitch. You're trying to get Twitch back up and running. Yeah, so go ahead and spit that at us.
That's Tom_Alt_F4. And I would just like to say that I appreciate everything y'all do. I used to have a job that I would listen to 3 or 4 episodes a day in season 1, and it was just, it got me hooked, you know? I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
That's what we're here for, man. If we can make anybody's 9 to 5 a little bit more bearable, or the commute with your mother-in-law, if she can hear me say the word purple penis, that's what it's all about, man. Fuck your mother-in-law. Hey.
What? Excuse me?
Well,
Well, I'm so sorry.
Zebra's competition.
Added to her vast knowledge very soon, purple penis. I'm glad she'll have that memorized.
Well, thank you for being here. Anyways, everyone, we love you so much. Thank you for listening to the episode today. And as we always say,
We love
We
you.
love
We
you.
love you.
Bye.